Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Andrew Winter, coming straight from Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. You already know. You know what I'm saying? Representing that east side.
That Mercedes going crazy, but the maybe next. See you later to a hater in the baby Lex. Ever since I got a number, all we do is sex. That means she sent a few flicks and then I sent a check. Got you clutching on my back till you bleed it up. Hail Mary, go deep with your feet up. Fucked in a yellow chain with the V cut, with the seat up, roll the weed up.
So my musical debut was in 2018. I dropped a single called Wrong Time. It was produced by my homeboy Knight out of Toronto, NX6HT on Instagram for anybody that wants to follow. I dropped that, had a good response. It was more of like a singing record, you know what I'm saying, like more of like a dance kind of fusion record. And it did alright, and after that I dropped my debut project with my homeboy Caleb Simmons. It was an EP. Had 8 songs on it. It was called Paid, and yeah, it's been popping ever since. We got the new single out right now as well, Giddy Up. Yeah, that shit's out on every platform other than Spotify because they play games. For cartoon characters, not so much a character, but my favorite cartoon initially was Astro Boy. You know, because he's outer space with it, he's fly, he's strong. He's got 7 special powers. It's important. And yeah, definitely I love the X-Men growing up. I love Wolverine, mostly because he was Canadian, but he was also like the hardest X-Men too, so, you know what I'm saying? Definitely my favorite strain is like good OG, you know what I'm saying? Like I could say something fancy, but I'm just gonna go with like the base. Definitely like good OG, like you can't go wrong with good OG. As long as it's like a good grow, it's high quality, OG is gonna get you where you're going. But maybe if I was gonna say something fancy, that Rock Tuna right now is hitting. It's definitely the Rock Tuna's hitting right now. That shit's dank. Anything dank, man. Anything indica, anything that'll sit you on your motherfucking ass. What happens in the afterlife? I think one of 2 things happens. I think that if you've done this enough times and you've gathered enough wisdom and understanding of what's going on down here on this physical realm, on the surface, then you might go somewhere else that you can't conceptualize because the way that your brain is programmed wouldn't be able to actually fathom such an idea. But I believe that there might be another level of consciousness after. And I think if you haven't done all those things and you haven't become wise and you haven't learned too much, then I think there isn't much afterlife. I think you just spin right back around and back out on the chain, on the delivery table, and I think you just do it again and keep doing it again until you're well-rounded. That's a tough one. I think like if you're talking Dream Collab in terms of rap, man, that's tough. Like I'm such a music fan, I love so much music, and I'm so into music that it's almost unfair to try to say one, but let me try to spin it this way. If I could have any singer on a record, other than the singer that's on all my records, Caleb, I'd get a feature from Chaka Khan. I'd want like a hook from Chaka Khan. And then I'd have to think of some bars that would be worthy enough of sitting beside that hook in the verse. I think if I wanted to rap with somebody that wasn't alive anymore, definitely Tupac. You know, I don't know if it would be the greatest collaboration. Sonically, I don't know, you know what I mean? But just based on, it would really be amazing to have a record with Tupac Shakur, period. You know, just to know that that's there, just to know that you have that. Someone that's current, Fab. Easy. I think Fab's the best rapper that's alive right now, to be honest with you. Overall. And if it was a band, Rage Against the Machine. Yeah. Outside of rap, I like to smoke marijuana heavily. And in between joints, I like to skateboard. martial arts. Yeah, I don't know. I like to fight. You know, like I'm not a professional fighter or anything like that, but I'm a martial artist. I like to get out in the backyard, you know what I'm saying, with other martial artists and throw down. Boxing, kickboxing, MMA, whatever. Grapple, jiu-jitsu, whatever you want to do, man. You know what I'm saying? Definitely skateboarding. Since like the whole COVID thing, I started skateboarding with a few of my homies, including the person that's doing the interview right now. That's become kind of a passion of mine lately, and kind of got addicted to that for sure. I just started making beats again. I've already made like 7 beats in the last like 2 weeks since I've even had the capability of doing it, and I'm feeling everything, so I'm back on that grind again. Other than that, man, just, you know, I just like to admire human achievement in any of its forms and capacities and mediums, you know what I'm saying? I'm just a fan of seeing people do really dope shit, you know what I mean? Whether it's seeing what somebody designed clothing wise, or seeing a trick that somebody did, you know, on anything, whether it's a motorcycle, skateboard, on their own 2 feet, whatever. I just like seeing humans express themselves. That's a hobby of mine. Alright, when it comes to conspiracy, if I was a conspiracy theorist, hypothetically, if I believed in conspiracy theories, I would believe in the theory that there's been a selective small group of people that have been steering the course of human evolution. Not so much in a well, in every way. I would think, if I was that type of person to think about those things, that there would have been people from the beginning of what we call civilization that would have been empowered, you know, through resource, you know, whether it be, you know, kings or, you know, tribal leaders. And I think that when it came to them organizing a system of currency, I think that would have been the beginning of a global conspiracy to control everybody else using currency. Because if I was going to try to control the world, that's what I would do it with. Because if you need that to survive, then the person that prints it is the king of everything. So I would say that that would be a conspiracy theory that if I believed in it, then I think would be pretty cool. That if I could have my last meal, anything from my last meal, it would be a Nova Scotian Donair. Actually, let's expand on that a bit. It'd be Nova Scotian Donair, but I would want Donair pizza from Panada, from my homeboy Z. Or I'd want a Donair Panzerotti or Donair Pocket, however you want to spin it, either from Napoli in Cole Harbour, or I'll also take Alexandra's in Cole Harbour as well. Yeah, let's do it that way. Let's just go the Panzerotti and the Donair pizza, the Napoli and Panada. We don't eat KOD, fuck KOD. Yeah. To answer this question, I guess, for my top 3 albums of all time, I would have to think of which ones had the most impact on me, because it's way too hard to narrow down that question just based on like the best albums, you know what I mean? Because I think there's so many albums that are so great for so many different reasons. But for me personally, man, like, I'm gonna start with Pac, because Pac's the most influential rapper on me, just overall. So I'll start with Pac, but it's hard for me with Pac because I have 2 favorite albums of Pac, and everyone's favorite album is All Eyes on Me, but my other favorite album is Me Against the World, and I'm not sure which is a better album, Me Against the World or All Eyes on Me. You could say from a commercial standpoint that All Eyes on Me is a better album, production-wise too, you could say All Eyes on Me is a better album, a little bit more refined, you know, a better system at Death Row Records of getting the music out and having the resources and the quality of producers to work with and song ideas, you know, coming from guys like Daz Dillinger and whatnot. But Me Against the World too, it just has a different energy. It was from a hungrier time, it was from a different time in Pogslave. So I'm gonna put them together and say Me Against the World and All Eyes on Me, just because it's the same artist, like those two albums, man. Rap wise too, Nas. So Nas-Illmatic, definitely Nas-Illmatic is another one. I think Illmatic was just an incredible album in terms of what Nas meant to rap at the time and where he was at in his career and what he meant to the actual culture and what he meant to Queensbridge at the time and what he meant to the street period, and the way that all the producers, all the best producers in New York came together, because it was almost like the recognition of like, okay, we have something special here, we all need to come together and give him our best right now. And the way that they all came together and really gave him a very well-rounded sound. No record was the same. Every record had a different energy, different tempos, different vibes, different content, but each record was equally incredible, and I think that overall Nas-Illmatic was an absolute masterpiece, and lyrically, just Nas at that age in his prime, and I consider a rapper in their prime the minute that they're confident and they're releasing music to people. I think that they're in their prime. I think as time goes on, things get more convoluted, and, you know, more opinions come into play and more business decisions come into play. So I think a rapper's in their prime the minute that they're confident enough to present their craft to other people and other people respond to it and give them the, you know, basically give them the thumbs up and let them know like you're doing your thing. So yeah, Nas, Illmatic, rap wise too, Ready to Die. See, like, it's so hard because Jay-Z, Jay-Z's first album, fuck, I'm so baked right now. Man. No, I can't call it though. Fuck, it's close though. Alright. Fuck, why do you ask me a question like this, man? It's, like, you could ask me some questions that are like so much complicated answers and I could give it to you so easy, but it's really hard to say my fuck, man, what a question. I don't know, man. Can we take a break?
20 minutes later.
Alright, I'm gonna go with, we're gonna add one album to the 3 best albums. I'm gonna go with Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt, Nas, Illmatic, Biggie, Ready to Die, and Tupac, All Eyes on Me. I could have gave you so many albums, so many answers, so many genres, but that's what I'm gonna go with. Tribe Called Quest. I don't know if that's an artist or artist, it's a group, but I'd listen to Tribe Called Quest. If I had 12 hours straight, like, I can listen to Tribe for 12 hours straight and everything will be straight. Other artists, it might start to get hectic. The first beat I really rapped on was Down Bottom by Dragon and Juvenile, produced by Swiss Beats. Swiss Beats, yep. The first time I ever smoked weed was in junior high, and it was, I just woke up, my phone rang, and this is before the days of like everyone having a cell phone and shit, and my phone rang, my mom answered the phone, she was downstairs making breakfast, and she was kind of like, I kind of heard her like confused, like, yeah, just 1 second. She's like, Andrew. And I was like, yeah. She's like, someone's on the phone for you. But she was confused why someone was calling me that early, and so was I. So I answered the phone, and it was a guy from school. His name's Kyle Hackett, shout out. And you know, he was a little hustler at school and stuff like that. He was doing his thing. He was a heavy smoker and shit. So he's on the other end of the phone, and he's like, yo, he's like, tell your mom that it's volleyball-a-thon today at school, and that we volunteered to help out early, put up the nets for the teachers. Meet me at the school. I'm like, all right. So I hang up the phone. I was like, who's that? What do they want? I'm like, oh, I forgot I have to help put up the nets for volleyball-a-thon today at school. I'm helping out early, going early. She's like, oh, good for you, you know, like, it's good. You should be doing more things like that type shit. So anyway, I walk up out the house. I didn't even know what was going on. And I get up to like this place where we're gonna meet up at or whatever. And he just pulls out a bud on me. He's like, yo, today you're getting high. And I was like, yo, man, I don't know about that. I've never smoked weed before, nothing. He probably only, like back then it was called like he had like a 5-bag. I don't even know what a 5-bag like would be in terms of like measurement, but it's not a very big piece of weed, you know what I mean? Maybe just enough to fill one zigzag. But anyway, he rolled it up. We went for a walk down to this little lake by the school called Bell Lake. And yeah, he sparked that shit up. We smoked that shit. You know, I'm immediately like looking for effects, you know, I'm like hyper aware. I'm like, yo, am I high? What's going on? You know what I mean? But I didn't really, you know, everything was cool. But then when I got to school, shit wasn't so cool no more. They had like the morning announcements, and then they sing the national anthem. And when we went to sing the national anthem, I stood up. And the way that my teacher had like the class situated, she had everybody like almost in a circle facing each other. So instead of like, you know, desks being lined up in rows so you're staring at the back of someone's head, she had us all in a big circle so all the desks are facing one another, and she would like teach in the middle, right? So I'm standing up and he's directly across from me, the same way I'm looking right now at the camera. And then as soon as we started singing "Oh Canada," man, I just burst out laughing. I just looked over at him, he's like like fucking doing his little laugh and shit. And I just started bursting laughing. I just remember the teacher looking at me so confused because like I wasn't the kind of kid to come to school high or smoke weed at all. So clearly I'm high. I'm sitting there fucking pissing myself laughing, singing "Oh Canada." But that was the first time getting high. I just remember after that first class in the morning too, I was walking by the bathroom and he like pulled me in the bathroom. He's like, yo, he's like, you're gonna need these. And just handed me like fruit snacks and shit, like juice box. Yeah. That was the first time. Definitely my favorite shoe is the Nike Air Penny 2. That's easy. That's the best shoe ever made. Aesthetically, you'll never see a better looking shoe in your entire life. There's no Jordan, there's no Pippen, there's no Air Up Tempo, there's none of that shit, man. There's none of the Rodman shoe, anything exotic, any of the new shit, any of the LeBron joints, anything, man. The Garnetts, the gloves, any of the old shit, nothing. And I mean nothing compares to the Nike Air Penny 2. Look it up, get it in the white and blue colorway. It's not as good in the black and blue. There's just something about it, it's not as clean. It's gotta be white with the blue accent. The cleanest shoe on earth. On earth. But then also was it the second Pippen or the third Pippen? I don't know. Pippen had some hard shoes, the flights too. But yeah, Air Penny 2. I don't like either. I like Bomas. LA. I need to see palm trees, man. Palm trees, like, there's something about palm trees that just makes me feel like more comfortable about everything that's going on in my life. It's just like when I see a palm tree, it's like me and Caleb lived in Vegas for a while, and just seeing palm trees, I don't know, man. It just does something to my mental. Like, I don't know, I just associate palm trees with everything that I wanted growing up, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to go with LA because there's not many palm trees in here, apparently. Jordan. By far Jordan, like, no comparison. There's no comparison. There's no comparison.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, try to bring up some kind of stats, or I don't care, okay? There's like, you never seen what I seen, man. You're not watching what I'm watching. You gotta see when that shit you ever see, actually maybe I'm wrong, But I don't think LeBron's ever played in a gold chain. Has he? You ever seen LeBron James play basketball on a gold chain? Michael Jordan used to play basketball on a gold chain. And he would jump from the fucking foul line and fucking glide through the air and dunk on niggas like it was absolutely nothing. Like gravity doesn't matter. So definitely Jordan. And he rocked the chain. And the earrings too. Pretty sure he played in earrings too. Adidas all day and the day after. But if you're really smart, you bypass both. Grab you some of this. The infamous called CULT. All that. My final words of wisdom are, you can't control anything in your life other than how you react to things that happen to you. So just let go of all the bullshit. Stop trying to micromanage every situation, try to control your financial future, try to control this, control that, because there's always going to be some unseen variable that's going to come in and fuck your whole plan up. So you might as well make your plans. I'm not telling you to be reckless, you know, make your plans, plan for the future, you know what I mean? Set short-term goals, set long-term goals at the same time, and make sure that you're meeting your short-term goals on your way to your long-term goal. That's the only way it's going to get done. But what I'm saying is, don't feel the need to control everything, because you can't control it. You can't control when it's your time to go. No matter how safe and how gentle you walk around this earth, and you know you tiptoe around and pussyfoot around and try to be as careful as you can, there's always going to be something unseen that's lurking around a corner, and it's nothing to worry about. It's just let go, because you can't control what's going to happen. And the more that you just pay attention to the things that do happen and work with them, as opposed to fighting against them or feeling like upset that they're going on or that it's happening to you, the more you learn to work with what you're given, the more you learn to roll with punches, you know, that's how you get it done. That's how you get your job done. That's how you get your goals accomplished. That's how you get your dreams actualized, is by adjusting. You know what I'm saying? You gotta adjust. Don't be so rigid. Be flexible. Yo, it's your boy Andrew Winter representing that East Coast 902. You're watching Enough Said with your boy Rushmid.